figuring out what the hell we're doing something called side questing. It's basically what I call in a situation where one or two players have separated from the rest of the party, and in order to keep things held together, we do side quests.
And well, I think it's more beneficial just to keep the timelines together.
Yeah, because otherwise the opposite situation would be that you and the party would be doing different things, completely unrelated to one another, for an entire session, or even 2 sessions, because the constant back and forth we run into these, it just takes very long, you know?
Yeah, I was given a last second, go steal this thing.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna do this, Shannon wants you to go ahead and grab that orb for her.
Yeah, so... But they, for the whole next session, they still have to get to the rendezvous point with me, too, so there's gonna be probably a little while at the beginning of the session where I'm just not even gonna say anything.
Yeah, but for
the best,
you'll have had your own session in between.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So either way, it benefits time and player interest.
Yeah.
During the session, anyway. You could tell we both DM.
It definitely just speeds things along, and that's the point of it.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason why I have this out is because I really don't have anything prepared for this situation, because if the entire party is going, then I'll look up something, put it together better. But since we don't, and this is kind of like tossing it together last minute, I'm just going to draw it out.
We might need a reference is the world map.
Yeah.
That's probably about it.
For the most part, we're not going to need that, really. But let's see if I can find that one. Image, check, open file. Don't need any of this.
The shameless plug of Autodesk Sketchbook Pro 7.
Let's see.
I just read that on the top of your screen.
Matchstick. Where's Matchstick? Tuesday Night Magic. Whitestones. Matchstick.
Tuesday Night? Yeah, Tuesday Night Magic. Not Matchstick.
Well, we used it in the Wednesday game before we used it in the other one. So it should be here. There it is. Alright. And admittedly, this is a great way to do like D&D, because most people don't care about the dice. Like, they don't care at all what you're being rolled. And actually, if I wanted, I could essentially try to find a way to literally just drag down the window and have just the dice roller show up on the side here.
It is one way to do it.
There you go.
D&D is... Oh, I don't have it on my side. Oh, it doesn't show up on the Skype share.
Oh, really?
Because you're not doing a screens capture, you're doing a Skype capture.
Damn, that is a bit of an issue. No, like, I can see it. Can't you see it?
I do not see a dice roller. I still see the menu for the sketchbook.
That's peculiar. Okay, so
maybe it's overlapping programs or something like that.
Should be like it's telling me it's capturing, so I don't know why it's not.
Yeah, no, nothing. Just the. Are you looking at the?
I'm looking at Skype to see what's. Well, I'm looking at Twitch capture too, and Twitch capture is working perfectly fine. Let me end the screen capture and restart. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, you might have froze because nothing's moving on there for me actually.
Okay. Screen capture this and this. How about now?
I see it all.
All right, I'm gonna move some. I'm just gonna draw some lines. It's a little small. Let's draw bigger lines. And draw some lines. You see those lines?
Yes, I see the lines.
It's shown in red. So can you see the lines now? That's definitely visible.
I can see them. Oh, my cat's freaking being a pain in the ass. Yay!
Now you can definitely see that, right?
Mature content on Twitch.
Well, what do you mean? This is just a pickle. This is a pickle with a little relish on top, you know? And here's the bun.
Some olives.
You know, hot dog. Bun, some relish. You know what? I like mine with onions. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, I'll totally do onions.
Alright, let's, well, I guess we'll just leave that, but let's obscure it a little more. Just like, don't worry about that. Okay. Let's go stick with black. One smaller lines. Alright. So, first of all, let's get some music going. What I'm thinking about doing in the future is using... Let's see.
Plus 780 plus 734 plus 883 plus
and just have it
919 plus 300.
Give us a like a review of the things that happened in the past. So we just write out the events that occurred and just have Google speak it up for us, which basically just covers the necessity of someone recapping, going off my notes. The issue with that is the original intent of you guys giving us the recap and not having me do it is to allow the player to remember on their own without me giving them more information that they perhaps forgotten.
Yeah, it honestly took me like 20 minutes to try and remember our Wednesday night where we left off.
It happens.
Like, oh yeah, the temple.
Hey, we have a recording. You can go watch that, man. Give me a couple of views and get your recap going.
Shameless plugs.
Hey, it's a good show. Like the game is fun. The people watching will enjoy it as well.
Yeah,
that's the basic premise for that.
There we go. I'm also going to bring up the skip chat on my side because there was some I had to leave for work, so there's some notes in that. But we were from Reed's point of view anyway, essentially just completely taken captive,
more or less,
and so he wanted to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, very much. Let me go ahead and read my notes. So, let's see. So, last session, and this is not streamed for anyone who may be looking for this, unfortunately we do not stream this one. This is being streamed as a side quest, so don't worry about that. So, as the party began to head north, in order to drop off Glamora, and to swing back and pick up the Orb of Fire for Phoenix. That's our fire genasi there. They were met by Captain Will Riker, who is currently looking for the princess due to a sudden death of her father, the king. And he and the First Order, with a number of wizards, have begun a nationwide search for the princess. The current ruling party is that of 6 council members, one of which is in Moorhaven. This spurns the idea of why the party is heading towards Moorhaven while they want you to go off to do something else. The party is currently in a camp with Riker, with round-the-clock watch. Immediately, at this point in time, they are switching out the guard, and that is your best opportunity to leave. It's pretty much stated that if you and Jessica Moore leave, you will most likely get out safely because she can predict the future, and you have pretty good self. While the rest of the party will have to wait, and likely, at some point, will occur to you that with the sudden disappearance of you, something may happen to them.
Shannon did point out that she pulled Reed aside, asked her to get the orb from a man named Jebediah Crane, and said to take Gamora and go off without them, without the rest of the party, essentially.
Pretty much.
And then we'd meet back up in town name.
Moorhaven.
Moorhaven.
Okay. A quick disclaimer here. The First Order is a group put in place by the King as a personal guard. They have the right to pass judgment on citizens as they deem guilty. The group is handpicked by the King. The captain is Will Riker, a well-known tactician and a, decorated captain. The second is Greybeard, the old man with the long gray beard, thick glasses, and kind of squinty eyes. Is well known for being very wise and capable with magic, though the kingdom has also employed other wizards, such as Dupug, who is better known for his experiments rather than specifically his ability. And the other guy who was at the dinner table, Malachi, a younger, more new age caster, more likely to be a warlock or a sorcerer. Innate magic over the older
The
style
study.
of learning. Then again, if he is a warlock, that means he has a patron of some sort.
Packed with demons.
Yeah.
So fun.
It's very likely. Then again, he could be a nice guy, and he's just like, people just think I'm evil. You know, that's like the hipster, like, look, just because I wear rags and I wear this cross on my chest that's upside down, covered with blood, doesn't mean I'm a Satanist. I'm just a hipster. It's like, what the hell do you
I'm trying to
expect
make
us
it cool.
think? It's like, you walk around in satanic clothing and tell me you're not a Satanist in a world where there are Satanists. You know, in D&D, that's like, what do you expect people to think?
Yeah. If you have the tools to dress and act like it, you probably are it.
Pretty much. Then again, the fact that he pretty much sat in a room having a silent conversation without you guys really knowing what was going on, that probably would have been him with telepathic abilities. The great old one back kind of thing. I loved how the event went. Like, that was great. You know, these three guys sit down and you have this long run out conversation. The only thing is, Dink kept restating himself. The whole
He did.
yeah, we're gonna die. I'm gonna back you up. But it's not that saying it out of character was the issue. Is that he said it over and it wasn't this like a new thing. It was constantly repeating himself. But at the end of the day, it was a good scene. It worked out. So.
Keyboard, why do you not type?
Let's see. This is your 10. No, that's too big. Let's shrink this down a little bit.
Do you want me to do rolling, or are you?
Hmm?
I assume I have to do like stealth checks for this. And
Yes, you're going to be making your own rolls. I am currently just jotting down a simple map. Okay. So this
TMNT2.
is your tent. Over here. These are the various other tents. A larger area in which they would be dining. This all happened within like an hour. These people are very quick to do what they're doing. Subsequent larger tents for stables and the other men. And all along the side, though they are not filled with people, they're essentially how to explain it? It's a barricade using cloth with thatching underneath. It's not going to hold against a charge, but it's meant to, you know, be an obstruction. Most animals just avoid it because it's a fence, essentially. And
Man,
circles
tent's
all the way
like
down.
almost the size of the world.
Yes, it's much larger than the world. Everything's bigger.
Okay.
Alright. So, and then I'll point out what's going on. So there's two guards here and here, which I'll draw in red. I'll repeat myself. And the last seen guards were heading that direction. So you're looking at the back.
Yep.
And as you take a quick look around, you see that there is a watch tent here, and at the subsequent corners, which you can see movement and torchlight. Let's see. Technically, there'd be some people here over at the dining area, and each of these little yellow dots are lanterns or torches to give light.
Okay.
And there'd be at least one over here on each side, with each of the little watch spots having a light as well. And the main reason I'm putting out lighting is you have a better chance of being stealthy if you're in the dark.
Of course.
Alright. I think you're good to go. Good luck with that.
Okay. So starting at the back of that tent. The perception check was no one around, just the torches and the person going around the corner.
Yes. The last thing you saw was them leaving around the corner. Movement from the torches from the various the little watch points, the green spots.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that there's definitely people there, and there's more likely people sleeping in the tents. But right now, The only guards who are currently watching you guys are the two in the front who are not looking inside the tent.
Are there people at the corner watchtowers?
You can't actually see them. This is like a slightly raised platform.
Uh,
So you can see the torches moving, which indicates there's someone there, but you don't actually see anyone due to the angle and the lighting.
First, I'd like to ask Honora to see if she could turn into a bush or something.
She tells you that won't work with the Hat of Disguise.
Damn it!
She looks at you like...
Seriously?
I've only used this for like a day, and I found that right off immediately. Someone who's a little more world, I'm surprised you don't know that. Though she does manage to say it slightly more politely than that.
Of course.
Which I should probably see if I can find an image of her. Which should be in
So right now, my plan in my head is
Tuesday Night Magic. Yes, go ahead.
is to light the tent that we're leaving on fire and dart my way across to the one like facing us essentially and like hide in that tent. Potentially. It's probably not empty.
Okay, so the opposite tent, which since you can't actually point at which one, you're gonna have to mark these guys real quick. What colors? Go with purple.
Just
So
number
this
them.
is tent 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should make it smaller so it's more visible. 5. That's not better. 7. This is 8, and we'll go with 9 and 10. Blah blah blah. 11. And we're not going to mark each of those little perimeter tents. That's way too much.
So I'm gonna go across and try and do a perception on the number 1 tent to see if anyone's in there.
Alright. You dart your way across. Right now, due to lighting, but no one able to see from that angle, you think you're safe.
Mhm.
How do you check the tent?
I just hearing for anything, if there's a light coming from inside.
Alright, roll perception. You have no idea.
Fuck. Okay.
You do hear noise, but there is ambient noise all around you. The sound of people moving, a few of them snoring, but as per the tent, you hear no noticeable noise inside.
Ah, shit. I feel like I'm playing sticks or something. I need to somehow get rid of that light. Those torches. I don't have any magic.
That, of course, is an issue since you're a rogue and not a spellcaster.
I know, right? Like, this is magic is just so freaking handy.
It's always helpful.
It's always freaking helpful.
Alright.
It's not like I could throw a dagger at the torch and make it.
Well,
Oh, could I purposely try to make the torch fall over?
you probably could, actually.
You are zoomed in a lot.
Yeah, sorry, I'm messing with some of these settings for the little drawing tip here.
How
See,
tall?
See, looking at
those-
this, you can see the line work is a lot better than it was earlier. It was a little more
Yeah.
fuzzy. Now it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
The torch that's in between. I'm trying to move this camera.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't click
two-
on anything.
In between 2 and is that 4?
Okay, let me zoom out for you.
Sorry.
2 and 5.
2 and torch in between. How tall is it?
Okay, so all these right here,
Yeah.
and all the other ones as well, that are not being held by someone, are about 5 foot tall. They stand on a 3-prong little stand, and the torch at the top is wood with a little bit of oiled cloth wrapped around it.
Okay. I want to try and get my dagger to take out one of the prongs so I could get the torch in between 2 and 5 to fall towards 5 and try and get that tent on fire.
Alright. The DC for this will be a... See, you're aiming for something relatively small, so that already it's going to make it harder. AC 17. If you think you can hit it, then go right for it. Because it's not just like trying to hit the thing; it's
18.
hitting it and succeeding.
Yes.
Your dagger like shoots this thing, cuts into it, and it just begins to topple over. And though no immediate action occurs, you do see it begin to smolder a little bit. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna get back to the tent.
Tent 0 or tent 1?
Yeah, sorry, tent 0. I'm gonna tell Gonora once there's a distraction, we're gonna head right for the border and try and break through.
All right. Not very long after, let's say like a minute that's passed, you begin to notice a light through from the opposite side of the tent. Your tent is not on fire, but their tent has, at this point in time, been fully set ablaze. You begin to hear people screaming and people screaming for water and other things.
Okay. Take your perception check to see how many people are around and everything.
What? Are you checking the back or the front?
Through the back, through the hole I made.
All right. Okay. As you poke your head through the back, you see in the distance, over here, Captain Willrecker screaming immediately to check the prisoners. Guards are more occupied with fire as they begin moving in that direction. But eventually, as he screams out that order, at least 2 of them begin heading your direction.
Okay. I'm gonna grab her and like dash, like.
Right. Roll me your stealth. Actually, if you're running, you can't be in stealth. Do you want to be stealthy or just make an open run?
Well, my stealth won't account for her stealth, will it?
It will not, but it will help with you, if nothing else.
I'm gonna send her ahead, and then I'm gonna stealth it. I'm gonna tell her to dash, and I'll stealth.
All right. She will proceed up to the corner there, and with your...
With the cloak, I get advantage.
All right. With your 22 stealth, you will get out. But as she makes her way across, I will attempt to act as her character sheet. Look how cute her character sheet is. And let's see. She's not really stealthing, but I will roll her stealth for her.
Just be a +2. Unless she's proficient.
Let me turn this off first. That's why it's going.
Oh yeah, edit. Oh wow, that was a crit fail.
She critically fails, man. There's no way she's not being noticed here. She begins running, and as because she's a blind girl.
Shit! Yeah, she's blind.
You sent a blind girl to run towards the border. She smacks into it, causing a rather noticeable noise. And 2 of the guards stationed over to the south here definitely notice her. They scream out for her to stop, or they'll shoot as they ready bows. What do you do?
Can I see them?
You can definitely see them.
I'm throwing daggers at them.
Alright. I will allow you to hit 1 because as a thief, you only have 1 attack per turn.
This will just be the normal dagger, so I'll just roll.
Alright, go for it. You hit him for a 7.
So, is that... Well, I was hiding as well, so sneak?
Yes, you would have sneak attack.
Did I do a thing for that? Did we set up a sneak attack on this? I remember we did.
There should be a sneak attack. If you need me to look it up, I will look it up for you.
I'm level 6, so I think it's 4d6 right now.
I haven't a clue. But it should be in your character, which I'm trying to look at now.
Yeah, I thought we put it in one of the attacks or something.
That?
Oh, it's this thing. Yeah.
which is a 13, but by all means roll it yourself. Which is a 9.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, a total of 16 hit points.
Yes.
You hit him, and he definitely noticed that he was shot by a dagger. He doesn't know who it was, and the other one takes a shot at Gamora. A 11 will actually miss the blind girl. She attempts to cross the border, doing her best to climb over what is essentially thatching, hay, and other stuff as she just crawls across. She's not able to exactly see what's going on around her. What do you do? The two at the raised area to the southeast there can still take shots at her.
Yeah, I'm gonna... The one that did shoot, I'm gonna shoot at them. I'm gonna shoot back at him.
Alright, go for it.
This will be with a short bow. I don't want to throw any more daggers.
That's typically a bad thing, because you're not getting any of those arrows or daggers back, man. And you miss again. You're just getting this girl shot at. She gets another few more paces.
I'm going to yell out milk.
You yell milk. You realize that only works with giants. Remember?
No, I just want to light it up.
Alright, you activate the glowing part of it.
No, the giant thing was the other character, Rowan. This is the of sharpness.
Alright, Dagger of Sharpness has a little light switch.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
you are no longer in stealth since you're essentially giving away your location. But they definitely see you. So one will take shots at you and the other will take shots at Gamora. One at you. One at Gamora. Yes. Both of them will miss. What do you do? At this point in time, when you begin to hear them, the guards are just about to make the corner.
I'm going to head over to the west. I guess it would be on this. Towards the tents. Where's Gamora at this point?
She's currently over here.
Okay. I'm just going to try and basically block that path and stop them from going after her. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go in between those two tents, that path she took, and take another shot at the one that keeps shooting at her.
Alright, go for it. A 17 will hit for 8 damage. Mind you, you're definitely not in stealth, but you still hit him. He drops and falls off to the side, while the other one who was taking shots at you take another shot at you, while screaming at the 2 guards in front of the tent to sweep around and grab you. And they will take their movement, and they should end up right about here. While these 2 end up here, and you're almost being surrounded. You can hop the thatching, or you can head north.
No, I'm gonna hop that thatching, and try and catch up with Gamora and start hauling ass.
We're going to give her an easier name. Because I say Glamora, and you say Ganora, and we're all trying to say the same name, but it's not working out, man.
I think Glamora. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Glamora.
Glamora. Glamora. Glamora.
Alright then. Roll your athletics. You succeed by 1 point, actually. You manage to easily hop yourself across. As the 2 guards begin cutting away at the thatching, you and Gamora will eventually make your escape. One more arrow shoots out, streaking across. Yes?
Do you think as a bonus action, I could use my tinderbox just to light it on fire after I hop over it?
Not really. Do you have alcohol or even a health potion? Health potions are based with alcohol.
I have some health potions.
If you want to smash a health potion, you would have no real trouble lighting alcohol on fire.
How many health potions do I have?
I wouldn't recommend more than 1. But as I was previously stating, as you make your escape, this guy will take 1 more shot at the 2 of you.
I'll use that health potion and a match for my tinderbox to set it ablaze as well.
Alright. And this shot will shoot and aim for Glamora. Which misses horribly.
Good. -3.
He was sharpshooting, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would have hurt.
That would have really freaking hurt.
Alright. Eventually, as you get out of his vision range, which is 60 feet, just because he has a torch doesn't mean that his vision's any better. You make your escape, and the last thing you hear is Will Riker with a very loud and angry voice screaming, "Bring me the prisoners now!" And
Well, I certainly caused enough ruckus for them to get away.
we'll have to see what the party does on
We
Tuesday.
really will. Like,
Yeah, you have to essentially
if
sit
Dave
back
has
and
his
just let it happen.
way, he's just gonna be lying out his ass.
Pretty much. Like, the party could leave, man. Like, they literally had the two guards in the front just walk away. The party, if they wanted,
They did.
they
No
can
one was
run.
looking at them.
They could run. That's really up to the party at that point. Dude, like, you could have just been stealthy and made your way out, but no, like, you made it a distraction.
Well,
and
I
you're
wanted
just
to
like,
make it the distract. Well, because it would have been stealthy if Glamora didn't like stub her toe.
It's a 14-year-old child who is technically a wizard.
Who's
Her
blind.
dex shouldn't be very quick. Dude, you sent a blind girl to run away. Like, what
I
did you
just
really
like-
expect?
Straight that way. Go. Ah!
What did you actually expect, man?
Honest, like a lucky roll. Like if that roll succeeded, and then I could have sneaked away too, and it would have been fine.
It was possible, man. It was actually possible.
And then the whole fire was just like. I was hoping to have more of an opportunity in between guards and captain reacting, but oh well, it worked out.
Life happens. Alright, let's see. I'm bringing back the map again, so we can take a quick look at it. So, looking at the map here, you guys are currently close. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this, because that's a lot of extra memory that we don't need right now.
Yeah.
So, you guys are currently located around here. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna ask Glamora if we should stick to the roads or go in the bush.
She says she doesn't know.
Hmm.
Her visions are still being obscured by the wizards that we came across earlier. She's just doing what she can, but she can't really help right now.
I'm gonna put that rain of non-detection on her.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still take her a while for her to get attuned to it, right?
1 hour.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna keep moving then. We're gonna go. We're gonna have to stick to the roads for a while. And we're at the most northern road that we could get.
Alright. So, is your destination the Waterfall Citadel, or is it Lutan, which is over here?
Waterfall Citadels is the capital where we have to go anyway to get an orb, and what Reed wanted Glamora to see before we went to Luton.
Alright. So
Currently,
you
Waterfall.
head this way. You eventually run across what the party essentially has described as a little river here, and you can go up the river, though that may prove difficult at some point, to head to Orden's Keep, and then proceed further up, eventually making your way towards the capital over here.
Would there be a road from Orden's Keep to the capital?
There would probably be a road as well. The party decided to go by river, but it's up to you what you want to do there.
Well, this is still like pretty late. I assume it's like almost wee hours of the morning.
The sun has definitely not risen. Actually, on a technical level, it's only been in 2 hours since dinner, so it's not even the next day yet.
No, so we I thought we had like a short rest or something after dinner, but okay.
Technically,
so it's getting pretty late.
Technically, you can have a short rest if you want it, if you need HP versus HP or something. But you have not officially had a long rest yet.
It's more so we need to keep moving so they can't catch up to us.
All right.
So, how far? We can't get to Order's Keep, eh?
You probably could make it by... Essentially, you'd be traveling all day, meaning that you would... Well, all night, and then arrive there around mid-noon. Then again, Gamora, you just found out, does not sleep. But you still need to sleep, don't you?
Yeah, I'll take the exhaustion point and get to the Order's Keep.
Alright. Ryan, as you and Gamora begin heading out, roll me a D1000. Now would be a hilarious time to roll 1,000. When there's no one there to back you up.
Man. 882.
That's not particularly better.
Probably not.
Alright. Why is this not updating? There we go. 882. Okay. Roll me a D10.
Oh man, it's got layers.
Everything has layers. Onions have layers, trolls have layers, orcs have layers.
Orcs have layers. Onions have layers. Oh, one.
Okay. As you begin heading towards Orden's Keep, as traveling throughout the night, you eventually find yourself in a jungle, a tropical jungle, which, as for you, topographically means you have no idea where you are.
Yeah. What the fuck? Glamora still with me?
Yes, she is.
Okay. How long have we been traveling then?
At a certain point in your travels, a morning mist began to sweep across the field that you're moving across. Eventually, as you traveled, you eventually found yourself standing in front of a tree that you haven't seen before. Out of character, this is what's mahogany? What kind of tree that is? You know.
No, it is mahogany.
Is this called mahogany? Like as
yeah,
a tree?
it's the wood and tree. It is mahogany.
Okay. You went to a field of mahogany. That just sounds weird to call it a tree.
I'm probably wrong.
Like I know the wood is called mahogany because I've seen that thing before. But like this is definitely a tree you haven't seen in this area before, and as far as Gamora is concerned, her visions are still being obscured. Something is blocking her magic right now.
I was hoping the ring would work.
Something is having an external effect on both you and her.
Is the road still visible?
You've lost track of the road.
Is this tree like bigger than the rest and like stands out obviously?
It stands out, yes. Much larger than the rest, it's about twice as thick and 3 times as tall. As the fog begins to loosen a little bit, though the sun does not rise, as you look up and the moon is large and bright. Large and brighter than you've seen the moon before in the past. The fog begins to pull away and you see yourself standing in essentially a swamp-like jungle surrounded by several of these trees with a thin bit of water at your foot.
What the fuck happened? I just want to inspect this tree if there's honestly if there's a way in or something I have to do with this tree.
You can roll me an investigation. Or if you think it's magic, you can fail at an Arcana check because you're not a wizard.
25.
As you take a look at this tree, you definitely tell this tree stands out. And it's clearly something funky going on with this tree here. As you take a closer look, eventually you begin to realize that though it looks similar to the trees around you, it's different in color and texture. The bark on the tree seems to be noticeably different than that of the trees around you.
Does the bark peel off?
Yes, it does.
Is it a lot softer than normal bark? By the texture?
Actually, once you remove the bark from the tree, underneath it seems to be rock hard.
I'm just gonna look at Glamora. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
She says something's wrong. She can't see anything. Like, her visions will often come to her, whether or not she likes them or not, throughout the day. Visions would just periodically come to her, and she's telling you that she can't see anything. And she looks at you for a moment and says, I once heard of something like this. A point somewhere where time and magic interweave, and they are somehow separate here. She kind of looks at you, trying to see if you understand what she means.
I don't know anything about magic.
She sighs for a moment and tries her best to explain it to you, and says, something here is obscuring the flow of time. Whatever this is where we were. This is where we were standing a moment ago, but we are somewhere, or at some point in time, different than we were when we first came here.
Was there any like gaps in the roots of this tree?
For the most part, the roots. It's actually, if you've seen one of these, they actually have tendency to be separated from the ground floor. They're about it's almost like 3 feet up, and then you actually see the trunk after that.
So I can fit underneath this thing?
You could fit underneath this thing.
I'm gonna tell Glamore to stay put for a second. I'm gonna try and fit under this tree, and then I squeeze on through because I'm a halfling.
You would have no such trouble. When you eventually do this, you find that there's a small hatch underneath the tree itself.
A small what?
A small hatch, little door.
I'm gonna pull it up.
It opens. As you look up, you see there seems to be a small little... It's almost like a loft. You know, bookshelves, bedroom. There's stuff in here. Admittedly, it's all of a much smaller size even than you. You would imagine something along like the size of a gnome or smaller.
I gotta yell to Gamora, it's a house! Am I able to squeeze into it?
You can. Even she wouldn't. She's actually larger than you still.
Oh, she could fit in too?
She is too large.
Okay.
Only you would fit. As you squeeze
I'm gonna tell her that she's too big to fit in, and I'm gonna squeeze my way in.
She kind of crouches down and crawls in, though she's getting wet, but she'd rather be there rather than just standing out in the open.
Yeah. Okay.
You squeeze yourself in, and you find that a lot of things here are, let's see, gnome, perhaps pixie size. You take a look around, there seems to be various books and other such things. All of them are much older language than the one you're currently aware of.
Aren't gnomes only like a foot shorter than halflings? Or
Yes,
like half a
this
foot?
is actually smaller than that.
Okay.
A gnome is technically tiny and can be ranging from 1 foot to 2 to 3 foot.
Oh, okay.
So they can be like 1 foot tall, man.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking through all these things, see if there's quote unquote anything magical and time related.
Roll me investigation. Alright. With a 22 investigation check.
I love that +8 to it. Oh my god.
Looking through various belongings in this little area, you find 3 things that stand out to you. One is a odd-looking pendant. And second is what seems to be a wand of sorts, though it's clearly too small for you, though it might be of a staff size for that of a gnome or such creature. And a small chest that you find eventually sitting in the corner.
What's the pendant look like?
It looks like a pendant with an hourglass on it.
Found an hourglass thing. This might be helpful. I'm gonna put it around my neck, and then I'm gonna go to the chest.
All right.
And
There seems to be a small little locking mechanism on those chests.
curious. So, these tools. Go.
Yeah, go
Pick
right
that
for it.
shit. Not a dexterity saving throw. I just do that. Yeah, +3 for my proficiency.
Alright, with a 22, you will succeed. As you
I should
remove
put
the
that
lock
seal in.
and open the chest, inside is something rather odd. You can't exactly understand what it is, but lifting it up, you see a bluish crystal with a rather odd sigil suspended within the crystal itself.
Some gemstone, maybe casting or something. Just pocket that. Nothing else in the chest?
Looks like that.
Sweet.
Other than a velvet lining and a small little letter inside, you can't even read it though. That seems to be the gist of it.
It's in a language I don't know.
It's a language that you have not seen in over 1,000 years, and since you're not that old, you've never seen it.
Okay, then. I'm gonna put that away. Anything interesting in the bookshelves that I could understand?
Most of them are, unfortunately, outside of your comprehension here. But do you like to just grab something? Go right ahead.
I don't think you'd be too interested in the books. And if you can't read them, like he's like, oh well. So I'm gonna start climbing down and warn Gnora that I don't step on her or anything. That I'm coming down.
As you make your way down, she is cold and wet, but she doesn't seem to be complaining much.
Okay. So I'm gonna put the gemstone in her hand. I found this thing. It has a symbol in the middle of it, and then I'm gonna take the pendant and put that in her other hand. And there was this thing as well. It has a little hourglass in it. Not sure what. The only thing that's time related, I can see of.
She looks at the pendant. Though she can't see it, she feels it up and says, "There's an inscription on here." She points it out to you, though it's rather worn and you wouldn't actually see it. It's more something noticeable by the texture. Looking at it, how do you want to try to read this? Like, you can't actually make out the lettering. Then again, it may be simply unlegible anyway.
I have a few vials. Could I use that as a horrible magnifying glass?
I guess that technically would work. Roll me. Let's see. What would that be? Let's go with
I don't even
perception
know.
disadvantage. It's like it's doable, but it's not exactly helpful, you know? So,
would it fit inside? Because then it would just magnify all edges.
unfortunately, it will not fit inside. Or you can just critically succeed, and that's perfectly fine. You find like this one perfect angle, and you take a better look at this inscription. And for the most of it, it seems to say that time is a line, but there are many paths that come off of it. For the most part, it doesn't seem to be of much help, though it may lead to something else.
Now I have to solve a riddle, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's gonna just stand there for a minute with his arms crossed, just it's a line, many paths. He's gonna start looking at the roots around him. Do the roots lead off into the other trees or anything?
They actually do. Though it's hard to find them though it's hard to actually find them because they are just beneath the water. They do seem to lead away from the tree and through the various other paths around you.
Okay. So I'm gonna take Glomora's hand, and I think I have an idea, and I'm gonna start following one of the root systems.
All right. After you make a quick count, there's a total of 6.
Okay. I don't want to go back the way we came from. I want to... Because did the road end at the tree, or did I just lose track of it at that point?
With the heavy fog, you eventually just ran into this tree. You didn't even see the tree until you literally smacked into the thing.
Okay, so from the opposite side that I smacked into it, I want to go the one that basically would have the path I would have taken if I just walked right through the tree.
All right. You continue going forward. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
20.
With the 20,
I'm rolling good. Jesus.
with the 20, you find yourself walking back to it, though you know that you went in a straight line. Yet when you come back, you are looking at the back of the tree as it's literally the same direction you walked away from.
Okay. On that route, I just want to mark it with an X.
All right.
And try the next route over.
Which one?
To
So,
the
assuming
left
there's
of
a
it.
chunk here, and there's a total of 6 directions.
Yeah.
Red is where you came from.
Yep.
Green is where you just went.
Yep.
Then you mark the tree here.
Yes. So I'm gonna go to the one on the left and take that route.
Alright. You hit that way. Alright. You continue heading towards the north-left of here. You begin to hear a noise. The sound of something moving through the water, sloshing around. What do you do?
I'm gonna stop and holding Glomora's hand, tell her to stop with that too, and I'm just gonna listen to the sloshing, see if it's getting closer.
It seems to be nearby, though it's not getting closer to you. Eventually you hear a large cracking noise from the same direction.
Cracking, like tree falling, cracking.
Like something biting through a large bone.
Eesh. With Glomora, I want to try and sneak up to it.
Alright. If you're going to sneak up to it, then roll me a stealth check. 25. As you get close enough to this thing and take a look at it, it seems to be an odd-looking troll. What stands out to you most is that it seems to have no eyes.
Does it have oversized ears or nose?
Oversized ears, bat-like nose. Pronounced canines.
Yeah. So, it had like no eye whatsoever, so it can't even.
It doesn't even have eyelids.
Okay. It's just blank where the eye is. Um, is it in the path of the route?
It is technically along the route path. You would have to essentially sneak past them, perhaps. Or
That's what I was
in
thinking. I
a
was
worst
thinking
case
of
scenario,
sneaking-
you have to fight the guy. Though even you
well,
would understand that with
He's gonna smell us anyway.
yeah, either he will smell you or the fact that you're moving through water technically gives you disadvantage on your stealth checks.
But he hasn't seen me yet, or noticed, or sensed
Can't
me
see
yet.
you,
Right?
but all right.
So I'm gonna take this opportunity to use my Sharpo on him while I still can.
All right, take a shot.
Yeah.
Your arrow flies high. As the odd agility of this troll, as it hears your arrow coming towards him, and you see him just slightly dodge to avoid it. He calls out to you and says, "Who goes there?"
Reed's actually just gonna call out lost travelers.
He calls back, "Go back where you came. There's nothing here for you."
I'm trying to.
He lifts up a large mountain and begins to swing it in the air.
Okay, and then he's gonna follow the route back towards the tree then.
And yet again, you end up back at the tree.
Okay. Going counterclockwise. The next route.
All right, and you swing towards the other one. Let's see what. Let's go with yellow, I guess.
Sure.
All right. Okay.
Counterclockwise.
Kind of.
Yeah, like keep
so,
going
yeah.
left all the way around.
Yeah. Sorry, wrong one. Let's
That's-
try to take care of
We
this.
could just leave the yellow one there. We're probably gonna have to go there anyway.
No, like we're definitely gonna use yellow. I'll swing you back around. Come on, damn it! Come on, do this.
Cooperate.
Do what you're told. There we go. Swing it around. This is such a great program, too. You know, just being able to do that alone is awesome. Okay, so you begin heading that direction. As you head in that direction, you run across. What is this one? Damn, I just realized this one was not complete.
Oh, what? Oh.
It's actually not a completed adventure, is it? No, it is not.
Oh, you got this off the web?
That's the annoying part. It's like, why do you stick up anything that's incomplete? At least have a disclaimer. This is not done.
You know what you should do? Is just roll a D1000 and see what it is.
Sure, go right for it, man.
Because if it's incomplete, just give me an item.
Go for it. Roll your D1000. You're not getting an item, but we'll see how it goes out.
668.
668.
That's so close to
If you were getting an
demon
item,
number.
what you would get is I'm not giving you that. Okay. So, I think we can go with this. So,
Yep.
you head southwest of here, and eventually you come across a small shack. Inside the shack, from outside, you hear the voice of an old woman.
I'm gonna go up to the shack and I'm gonna eavesdrop at first. See what she's saying.
You hear her speaking arcane words. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. What do you do?
I'm gonna knock. Hello? Kinda lost.